The radio found our song before I could change the station. I smiled without meaning to. Funny how one familiar melody can unlock a room inside your heart that you thought had already been emptied. I didn't turn it off, I didn't sing along, I just listened all the way through. It sounded different now, not because the song had changed, because I had, and maybe that's what healing really sounds like. Some memories don't knock anymore, they simply walk back in. The song we never finished kept playing anyway, long after we stopped dancing, long after we stopped believing that forever was something ordinary people could hold. Still, I let the last chorus play, just this once, just this once. When the music ended, the silence wasn't heavy, it was gentle, like someone quietly closing a door. Without trying to wake the house for the first time, I didn't replay the song, I simply kept driving. Maybe love doesn't disappear, maybe it just stops asking to be remembered every single day. The song we never finished finally reached its end, not because I forgot the words, because I no longer needed them to explain who I am. Some melodies stay with us forever, not to make us cry, but to remind us how far we've come. Something felt different when I got home tonight. I left my keys on the kitchen table, made some tea, opened the window, and somewhere between all those little things, I realized I hadn't thought about you, not once. It wasn't planned, I didn't wake up trying to forget. The day simply filled itself with ordinary moments, a conversation, a laugh, a song on the radio, life quietly asking I stopped loving you because I finally noticed I was living between the memories. I didn't think of you today, and somehow that made me miss you for just a second. Then the feeling drifted away, like evening light leaving the windows. Maybe healing doesn't arrive all at once. Maybe it sounds exactly like this. If tomorrow your name finds its way back into my mind, I'll be alright, because now I know my heart has learned something it couldn't do before, to remember without getting lost. I used to believe moving on meant forgetting. Now I think it simply means your whole day no longer belongs to yesterday. I didn't think of you today, and that surprised me more than it hurt. Some stories don't disappear, they just become quieter, until one day they sound like a song you still love, but no longer need to play every night. This morning, without even thinking, I reached for 2 coffee cups, one for me, one for someone who doesn't live here anymore. Funny how the hands remember long after the heart begins to heal. I stood there looking at the empty cup, not because I wanted you back, because I realized how many little habits love quietly leaves behind. No one ever tells you that's the hardest part, not the goodbye, the ordinary mornings after. Some routines take longer to forget than a name. I still set 2 cups every now and then, not because I'm waiting, just because some memories still wake up before I do. Then I smile, put 1 cup away, and let the morning begin again. I wasn't looking until I heard your laugh. It crossed the room before I ever found your face. Some sounds don't belong to the past. They simply wait for the wrong moment to find you again. When I finally looked, you were already smiling at someone else. You leaned a little closer, the way you used to when you were excited about something small. I caught myself remembering how that smile once belonged to ordinary evenings we never thought would end. Then I looked away, not because it hurt, because I understood. Some answers don't arrive in words, sometimes they arrive in someone else's happiness. You laughed before I did, and somehow that tiny little moment said everything we never could. You weren't pretending, you weren't hiding, you were simply living a life that no longer needed mine. Walking outside, the evening air felt strangely light. I thought I'd be broken the day I finally saw you happy without me. Instead, I found myself hoping you'd keep laughing just like that. Because loving someone should never mean wishing their joy had an ending. Maybe this is what goodbye was always meant to become. Not forgetting, not returning, just quietly making peace with a story that gave us more than it took away. You laughed before I did, now I think that's alright. Some people teach us how to love, others teach us how to let love become a beautiful memory. Tonight I finally stopped asking life to rewrite our ending. The cafe wasn't busy, just quiet enough to hear the cups touching the tables. I walked to the corner where we always used to sit. Without thinking, I pulled out the second chair. It took me a second to remember. I didn't have to anymore. I smiled anyway, mostly at myself. The waitress walked over with the same friendly smile. She almost asked the usual for two. Then she stopped. Maybe she remembered, maybe she didn't. I simply ordered one coffee and watched the empty chair stay exactly where it was. Funny how habits can outlive the people who created them. No one noticed what that empty chair meant to me. Maybe that's the strange thing about healing. It usually happens when nobody is looking. I almost saved you a seat, like every other Friday. Like some part of me still believed you were only running late. Then the coffee arrived, just one cup. The chair stayed empty, and somewhere between the first sip and the quiet, I realized I wasn't waiting for you anymore. I was saying goodbye to a habit that had loved you long after we were over. To leave, I pushed the chair back under the table. Such a small movement, hardly anyone would ever notice it. But somehow it felt heavier than all the words we never said outside. The city kept moving, cars passed, people laughed, the evening carried on. And for the first time I let it carry me too. Maybe moving on isn't one big moment. Maybe it's 100 little moments that almost go unnoticed. One chair, one cup, one quiet decision to stop saving a place for someone who already found their own. I almost saved you a seat, but not tonight. Tonight I sat by the window, finished my coffee slowly, watched strangers come and go. And I left, went out, looking back at the empty chair, because it wasn't yours anymore. It was simply an empty chair. And somehow that was the most peaceful feeling I'd had in a very long time. by chance outside the little bookstore. where we used to spend entire Saturday afternoons. You looked happy, not the kind of happy people post online, the quiet kind that settles comfortably in someone's eyes. We talked like two old friends, careful, polite, almost too comfortable. You told me about your new apartment, the long drive to work every morning, the plans you keep forgetting to water. Then you smiled and said, we're thinking about getting a dog. You said we so naturally, I don't think you even noticed, but I did. That single word stayed with me long after the conversation ended. It's strange how one simple word can quietly remind you that life has kept moving, even when part of your heart was still standing still. You started saying we again, and this time it wasn't us. I kept smiling, I kept listening, because loving someone sometimes means accepting that their happiness has found another place to call home. It hurt, but not the way it used to. It hurt like watching the last page of a beautiful book close by itself. Walking away, I realized I couldn't remember the last time I imagined us together. Maybe that part had already faded. What remained was gratitude, not because everything ended well, because once upon a time we made each other feel less alone. And maybe that was enough. Some people don't leave you with broken promises, they leave you with better memories. Then you know what to do with. Perhaps that's why they're so difficult to let go. You started saying we again, and I finally understood. It didn't erase what we once were. It simply meant our story. It found its ending while yours was already beginning again. I walked home slowly. The evening breeze felt softer somehow, and for the first time that little word didn't sound like goodbye. It sounded like life continuing. This afternoon I was cleaning out the drawer beside my bed. Old receipts, a faded movie ticket, a hotel key I couldn't even remember using. Then I found a tiny paper note written in your handwriting. Nothing romantic, just a grocery list we forgot to throw away. I stood there smiling because somehow that ordinary little piece of paper had survived longer than we did. I sat down without realizing it, read those few words over and over again. Milk, bread, coffee, orange juice. Funny how something so ordinary could suddenly carry the weight of an entire year. I didn't miss the shopping, I missed the life hidden between those simple words. The little routines we never imagined would become memories. People always tell you that love ends with one big moment. They never tell you how often it quietly returns inside the smallest things. The last time you crossed my mind wasn't during the night. It wasn't when our song came on. It wasn't on your birthday. It was standing alone, holding an old grocery list, realizing I could still hear your voice, asking if we'd forgotten anything. Some memories don't arrive looking for tears, they arrive looking exactly like ordinary life. Before I threw that little note away, I folded it one last time. Not because I needed to keep it, because I wanted to thank it for reminding me that once love wasn't complicated. It was grocery lists, late night conversations, borrowed sweaters and laughing because we always forgot at least one thing. Maybe those were the moments that mattered most. If someone asked me today what I miss, I wouldn't say your smile or your voice. That probably say the ordinary days we thought would last forever, because those were the days that quietly became the best memories of my life. The last time you crossed my mind felt different. There were no tears, no anger, no questions, only gratitude for a love that taught me how beautiful ordinary life could be. I folded the paper, turned off the light, closed the drawer, and somehow it finally felt like I was closing that chapter too. That chapter too. finally gave up after years of cracked glass and charging cables that only worked if I held them at just the right angle. So I bought a new one, the screen was brighter, everything felt faster. The shop assistant smiled and asked if I wanted to transfer my contacts. I said yes, without thinking how many names no longer belonged to my life. Later that night, I searched for your number, not because I wanted to call. I don't even know what I would have said. I just wondered if I still remembered it. The first few digits came easily, the rest disappeared somewhere between yesterday and the life I'm living now. I stared at the blank screen longer than I expected, not with sadness, just with surprise. We always think the heart forgets first. Sometimes it's the memory that quietly lets go. I couldn't remember your number, and somehow that felt impossible. There was a time I could dial it without looking, half asleep, half smiling. Now all I could remember was the sound of your voice answering, hey, like there was all the time in the world. Maybe love doesn't leave all at once. Maybe it disappears one small detail at a time. Myself another cup of tea. Outside, someone laughed across the street. A bus rolled by, the city kept moving the way it always does. I realized I wasn't mourning a phone number. I was saying goodbye to the version of myself who believed I would remember everything forever. Sometimes forgetting isn't betrayal, it's simply proof that life has kept walking. If one day you called me again, I probably wouldn't know the number, but I'd know your laugh, the little pause before you answered, and the kindness you carried into ordinary conversations. Some things never fit inside a contact list. I couldn't remember your number, but I remembered who I became because I loved you. Maybe that's enough. Some memories are meant to stay perfect. They're meant to soften until they stop asking us to look back. I locked the screen, turned off the light, and for the first time, forgetting didn't feel like losing. It felt like growing. truly in love. For a moment, I just smiled into my coffee. There was no ache, no heavy silence, only a quiet feeling that the answer had been waiting inside me for a long time. So I nodded and began telling our story. Not every detail, just the ones that still made me smile. I talked about the little apartment where the windows never closed properly, the rainy afternoons when we cooked dinner with the radio playing songs neither of us could sing in tune. I even laughed, remembering how we always argued about directions, then somehow ended up exactly where we wanted to be. It felt strange, remembering without trying to hold on. That's when I realized healing doesn't arrive with fireworks, it arrives quietly. The day your memories stop asking to be rescued. I told our story without crying, without hiding the beautiful parts, without pretending. The ending didn't hurt for the first time. It sounded less like goodbye and more like gratitude. Some people don't stay forever, but somehow their love still becomes part of the person you grow into. Walking home, I caught my reflection in a shop window. I looked different, not younger, not older, just lighter, as if carrying those memories had slowly changed from a burden into something I could finally carry with peace. The evening breeze felt familiar, but this time it wasn't bringing me back to yesterday. It was quietly walking beside me toward tomorrow. If someone asked me again whether I'd do it all, knowing how it would end, I think I'd still say yes. Because love isn't measured only by how long it lasts. Sometimes it's measured by how deeply it teaches us to live. I told our story without crying, and somewhere between the first word and the last I realized it had finally become a beautiful memory. Not one I needed to escape, not one I wish to relive, just one I would always be thankful to have lived. I finished my coffee, stepped outside, took one slow breath, and watched the city lights come alive, feeling more at home inside my own heart than I had in years. You did. You looked my way, then looked away, like crossing my eyes would change the past. I kept walking, so did you. Two people pretending. The same memory didn't exist. Funny how strangers can know each other that well. I thought I'd be angry, but all I felt was quiet. You pretended not to see me, and I pretended it didn't matter. We were both good at acting. That's probably why nobody noticed our goodbye had never really ended. Survived. Maybe that's all this was. Not another chance, just proof we're still here. You pretended not to see me, I let you, because sometimes the kindest thing two broken people can do is keep walking. Already there. I didn't search, I didn't think. My fingers stopped above your name long enough to remember your voice. I pressed call and I hung up before it rang. Before you knew, I almost needed you again. Some decisions don't make a sound, but they change everything. I hung up before it rang, before hope could wake up again. Maybe you would have answered, maybe you wouldn't, I'll never know. because I felt better, because I knew I'd finally chosen myself. You don't always heal by saying something. Sometimes you heal by leaving it unsaid. I hung up before it rained, not because I stopped loving you, because I finally learned that missing someone isn't always a reason to go back. I passed your street without slowing down. At least that was the plan. Then I looked up, your window was still lit for a second. So was my heart. I wondered if you were home. Maybe someone else was funny. How one little light can pull you back years. I kept driving, but my thoughts didn't. The light was still on, mine wasn't. You kept living, I kept wondering. Maybe that window was never waiting for me. Only my memories were. Red light, I laughed, not because it was funny, because I finally realized I wasn't missing your house. I was missing who I used to be. Some streets don't change, people do. That's why they hurt. The light was still on, and somehow that was enough to remember, enough to smile, enough to keep driving without turning you standing by the crossing with your hands buried deep inside your coat. For one small moment, it felt like nothing had changed. Then the traffic moved, and so did we. You looked in my direction, I know you did. Maybe you recognize my face, or maybe you only recognize the memory. Sometimes those two things are hard to tell apart. I could have smiled, I could have said your name instead. I let the silence make the decision for us. We both looked away at exactly the same time, like two people trying to protect a story that was already over. It wasn't hate, it wasn't pride, just two hearts finally learning how to leave each other without another goodbye. Because I wanted you back, because I realized I wasn't waiting anymore. I was simply remembering, and somehow those are not the same thing. If we ever meet again, I hope we won't need to pretend. Not because we belong together, because we finally learned how to carry the past without letting it carry us. We both looked away, and maybe that was our answer. Not every ending needs another conversation. Some love stories finish quietly, like the last light disappearing at the end of the street.